Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance joins the team, hating on me, Gene. BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the Viz. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Harms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby Unlimited.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th.
Damn, dude.
I haven't done one of those in a while.
That
That
first one. Hello, everyone. That was Dean
was like
Martin.
game show. And to my left is...
Y'all already know what it is. I'm Hot Mike Chance. And down there is...
BJ the DJ.
And he's back again. BJ's back. Back again.
Yep.
And we talking, bring it back. Returns in wrestling.
Great transition.
Yeah, awesome transition. I didn't even
transition.
think of that. That's why you're the writer of this group.
That's why you're the gray-headed goat, man.
Oh,
Ready to go,
album
volume
out
one of
now.
those
Album out now.
Yeah,
And then
volume
great-
2, September 20th. Volume 3, 11/22.
Nice.
Get it. Pre-order it. All that shit.
11/22.
Some of the best work this guy has put out.
Definitely.
Yeah, volume 1, man. It's
He's
just
like a
doing well.
fine wine getting better with age.
Oh, shit, dude. You know what I mean?
Shout out Avon on the artwork, though. That
Shout out,
dude,
Avon,
it's
dude.
absolutely amazing, that artwork for Great
He
Headed
is,
Goat.
man. Look. You want to talk about goats? That man has done more stuff. He's currently working on we're working on a clothing brand for Brody's Gymnastics. Right. We're gonna LLC it. We're copyrighting,
Oh, big
trademark,
time, yeah.
all of it. Big deal, right? He's currently working on that. He has more patience than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. man.
Nice.
He's
Currently
unbelievable.
working on a logo for me, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man. Shout
He's
out
my
Avon.
go-to. He's my go-to, man.
Dude, Avon's the goat.
Avon's the
Facts.
guy,
I've been-
man.
That first project he did of mine was Fat Boy Swag 3, which was 2012.
Dang, that long ago?
Yep.
Wow.
I would have thought Baker's Dozen would have been his first.
No, so Fat Boy Swag 3, and then the Shake and Bake, the greatest hits thing. That was
He
all.
did that?
He did 2012.
Wow.
Yeah. I did a whole. I mean, there's a whole book for that. It's like 4
Yeah.
page. It opens up, and
He's great.
it was Yeah, shout out Michael Avon, man.
Yeah,
Great
he
to
did
go
the
to
Blue Limit Shoulders logo for
definitely
it.
did.
He
Definitely
did the
did.
Triple Flicks Mafia.
I love both of those names are fantastic, man. I love that.
Yeah, that's one thing we could do is name a channel. That's one thing we can do.
We
Triple
can do.
Flicks Mafia.
That was great. I love that.
And the logo, shout out Avent, the logo on that one is amazing. I
Man, he's
still
been
have-
doing it for a while.
Yeah,
dude.
Yep.
dude.
OG in the game, baby.
Yeah.
He's a
I'm
graphic
huge
goat.
Friday the 13th fan.
Is
Huge,
he?
and Halloween fan.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
huge.
I love that. When I told Aubrey, what I was like, I call him. He's Friday the 14th in my phone. I was like, what a name! Friday the 14th is so great because everyone knows Friday the 13th. Friday the 14th is just another day, but it's so great. It's awesome.
Light bulb.
Love it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the wrestlers. Shout out to Trouble Spirit. Shout out Revolution One Media.
Yeah.
We're gonna-
75.
Yeah, we're going to dive right into this. We are 3/4 of the way to a hundo.
Yeah.
Man.
Almost there. Almost there.
Absolutely. We
Shout
are.
out E, man. Can't wait to get the 5-man table.
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Brandon E. He'll be back. We're going to have to just do a SummerSlam episode recapping the whole SummerSlam event.
Yeah.
It'll be a
It's
couple
great.
weeks after it comes out, but that's fine. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
It'll be entertaining as hell. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it will.
Shout out to that clip. Shout out Brandon E on the cop and a half poster. Yeah, having a post 15 years ago, having a cop and a half poster.
Frame.
It was, yeah,
poster.
you walk in the house he lived in at the time. It was
It
right
wasn't,
there on the wall.
and it wasn't in his bedroom. That was the living room.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out Brandon.
Shout out to Brandon E.
But yeah, like you said today, last week we talked about wrestling debuts.
Now, I have one I need to add to that.
Oh, do you?
That
Go.
was historical.
Did we miss it? Totally skip
Yep.
it by?
Eric Bischoff showing up on
Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
another
that's a good
one
one.
that
That's a good one.
How do we
You
we
never
never
thought you'd
we
see
never
that.
would have thought that we seen
Well,
that,
I mean,
but-
there was a couple other ones we left off, a la Gobbledygooker.
yeah,
Yeah, great.
Jazz's WWF debut?
Well, she was all,
legendary.
She's an icon, okay?
she's definitely an icon. And not only do we have Gobbledygook, Shockmaster,
Yeah.
obviously.
How did we leave that one off?
Because we were talking about good ones. Those were
That was
hard.
great.
Yeah, those were so bad they're good.
Yep.
Yeah,
you hear Sid,
Maybe we can do bad debuts.
you hear Sid go, "What the shit?"
we definitely need to go. We definitely need to do an episode biggest botches.
Oh,
Yeah.
most certainly.
Yeah.
Whether it's promos, whether
They're
it's
just all together.
wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That'll
a great
be a thing.
episode.
Yeah, that'll be a
That'll
thing.
be- it's
Write that
crazy.
down in the calendar or whatever we do.
Yeah, biggest botches. Yes.
But yeah, returns, man. Everybody seemed to like the last one when we talked about debuts.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep this going, and instead of doing the same episode, we would just do separate episodes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Returns in wrestling. Who wants to start it?
I'll throw one out there. One that was within the last year or so. CM Punk making his
Man.
debut return at Survivor Series 2023
Yep.
at the end of the show.
Yep.
We never thought we'd see CM Punk back in the WWE.
But
I didn't think I would.
It was great how they did it too, because everyone was anticipating it happen. And I remember watching the pay per view and being like, "Oh, he ain't coming back," because the trademark
logo
had come up on
Yep.
the screen, and then all of a sudden you hear
But,
that.
and then
music.
Randy came back a little bit
right
before
You're
that.
not going to get two of those like
Yeah.
in the same show, but yeah, it happened. And again, Pop. And if you take
In
that
Chicago.
back, in Chicago, it can't get any. If you take it back to his AEW debut as well in Chicago, that
Yeah.
popped huge too. CM Punk moves the needle.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
If he can stay healthy at this
Yes.
point in his career, he moves the needle.
And that's what we were saying during that match at SummerSlam.
Just
It's
don't
like,
get hurt.
Just don't get hurt.
I don't
this
care what
this match
happens.
is going great. Just
Don't
stay
get hurt.
healthy.
Yes.
Did he?
Yes, he stayed healthy.
He's good. Yeah,
Just,
he's good.
just make it through.
Yeah, right. Yeah, CM Punk. I mean,
And he looked in great shape when he came out, coming out for the WWE.
He does look in good shape right
Yeah.
now. He looks like he has been really putting in work to try to stay healthy. Because I mean, he didn't wrestle for a long time, and then he comes in trying to do a full time type schedule, and he got hurt.
Yep.
He got hurt jumping the guardrail in AEW, and he broke his leg.
Mm-hmm.
And then he come back, he got hurt again, and
He
then
got hurt at the
Of
Rumble.
course, he got
he
hurt.
broke his leg jumping the guardrail.
He jumped off the ramp into the crowd like a stage dive, and he hit his leg on the guardrail, and it broke his leg.
Jesus,
Sure did.
man. He's
Sure
Martin
did.
Short and pure luck. Man. Shout out CM Punk. Shout out Danny Glover and Martin Short. Fire album. Fire movie. Pure luck. Go check it out.
I'm
Early
going
90s
to.
film.
I've never even heard that one.
Oh, dude.
Pure luck, huh?
Yeah.
Right there with
Check it out.
Disorderlies.
It's better than
That's a good
Disorderlies,
one.
but it's not good. It's, I remember there's one scene where Martin Short's character is like he's just this cloud of just horrible luck, and anytime he gets around somebody, it's just fuck
Yeah.
shit. I remember there's a scene where he gets stung by a bee and his head is like this. Shout out Pure Luck, dude. Horrible movie. I'll go with one.
Go ahead with it.
Good old Brock Lesnar.
Oh, man.
2012 return, man.
Yep.
Wait, on Cena.
You talk about a pop, son.
Dude, hey, he comes out, he's flexing his chest all popping, and
Was that the debut of the new song too?
it may have been.
Because when
It's a dong, 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 dong.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Well, this
because
was
he left in like 04,
Yeah,
right?
this was for the he went to try football and the UFC,
UFC,
and
and then
everything.
he
So
come back.
04 was when him and Goldberg's shit turn
Yeah,
match.
exactly.
And then he left
He's
for 8
gone-
years.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
came back.
and this
everything.
was the first time I remembered how important Raw after Mania was. This
Yeah.
was the first time because everyone thought he was going to show up at Mania. And then Cena gets out there and he starts talking, and all of a sudden people are chanting for it.
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, I hear he's here." So he called him out, and then here comes Lesnar.
Dude, and
Place
it's
goes nuts. Place goes
insane.
nuts.
Dude, that was when like I said in the last episode, I didn't really watch it much in 10 and 11, but I remember I got back watching it in 2012.
Yep.
And that I remember that.
Yeah.
Because that 2012, I remember was that when they were running with Sheamus as one of the main guys too for one of the. I remember that was a big thing too, and Daniel Bryan and all that was starting to come along.
Yeah.
But Lesnar returning in 2012 against Cena was.
And he was
fucking-
beating the piss out of everybody,
Mhm.
like really bad. I remember he beat up Orton really bad at SummerSlam, busted
Yep.
him open. But yeah, he was beating the piss out of people when he came.
And one thing we're going to get out pretty much out of this whole list, it's going to be huge pops for these.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Everyone on this list is
Definitely.
just humongous pops for these people.
Well,
Yeah.
one that we talked about debuts. We talked about Jericho. I remember when the Save Us Jericho came out.
Oh yeah,
And he
yeah.
was like, there was a guy carrying a torch or something backstage, and all of a sudden he gets clotheslined, and you see Jericho standing there. And that was when he came back with the short hair, the glittery vest
Yep.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
I like Jericho. He's one of my favorites.
Well,
so.
he's always reinventing himself.
Always.
What
yeah.
year was that? I'm trying to remember that.
That had to be
That
Jericho
was
debuted in '99.
that was ball-headed Randy Orton. I remember that.
So that was like 08, 09?
Yeah, it had to be
08,
right there. in that
Ball-headed
time
Randy
Is
Orton.
that when Jericho started coming to the ring in the suit and started being all like this?
No, after that. So he came back as the Save Us, and I think he had a couple matches, and then he turned heel and came in the suit. He
Okay.
goes, and he had the low tone, like the real.
Yeah, that was like 09.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because that's when he was feuding with Shawn.
Yeah, he had the push-up haircut that I
Yeah.
had when I was in freshman in high school.
Shout out high school.
Yeah,
The faux hawk.
yeah.
Chance, what you got cooking over there, boy?
One of my favorite returns, I guess, and just the build up and what this guy did whenever he left. Cody Rhodes, whenever he came back at Mania, and
Oh, yeah.
the
Nobody knew it was coming.
the journey that
2022.
Yep, the journey that he went through to get back to where he was at, and going through all that Stardust stuff, and just I don't know, I like
Huge
his
pop.
story, yeah.
Another huge pop when that music hit. It was like, what the hell? It's
Yep.
because it was because it was what against Rollins. He was
Yeah.
he was the surprise opponent.
you kind of heard rumblings, but it was like I thought it was a work. I thought
Yeah.
he wasn't leaving AEW. I just thought
He
there was
built
no
that-
way.
That's
yeah.
what I thought because I wasn't watching it. I stopped watching it right before the pandemic, like
Yeah.
so 2020 early,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't start watching it again until 20. I mean, I guess Mania this year. I watched
Yeah.
Mania once or one or two of those over the 5 years, but.
Yep.
When y'all was telling me Cody Rhodes was leaving AEW, my whole thing was I was like, I thought he was part of the company. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what threw me off. But then I was like, well, I guess not, But I'm glad he's back over there now. And of course, now he's still got the belt when this is being filmed.
I feel like he was. I feel like he was supposed to be Sting's last opponent in AEW. I feel
Yeah.
like Cody. That's because
That would've been
when
good.
Sting debuted
Yeah.
in AEW.
I would take
He
that.
said, "See you later, kid." So I felt like that was supposed to be Sting's last match. And I always like people can say what they want about Cody's title run right now. I feel like Cody has he's another one that's found a way to reinvent himself, dashing Cody Rhodes, and then he had the undashing Cody Rhodes where he had the mask.
Yeah.
Stardust wasn't a terrible gimmick. He made it work.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've always felt like Cody Rhodes don't get the credit he deserves, even as a mid card guy. I
Yep.
mean, he's been tag champions with everyone from Kofi to Hardcore
brother.
Holly, like everybody. Even his
Hardcore.
yeah.
Back to back hardcore
Spark-
Holly shout out.
Spark plug. But I feel like Cody's one of them that can constantly reinvent himself, and this version he's doing now is the best version of him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's going to get a nice title run. And
He's the
gonna get some-
superstar Cody
Yes.
Rhodes right now.
Yes, he is.
He's
He's
the
the
money
face.
man.
He's
He's
the
the face of the company.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'll throw another one out here. This one was huge. Coming off of quad tear in 2002, January 7th, when Triple H, it's time to play the game. When that music hit,
Jacked.
and dude,
Yep.
he was exploding out of that denim jacket, denim leather jacket.
Shout out Denim Leather.
Yeah, I mean, it just one of the biggest pops ever.
Yeah.
For when he made his debut, returned back.
How long was he gone? Like a year and some change? It wasn't that long, was
Wow,
it?
8 months.
It, like
Yeah.
8 months,
Oh, yeah.
almost
8
a full
months.
year and everything.
Because I remember it was like some fucked up like 4 corners or tag match.
It was when him and Stone Cold were tag champions and stuff. And
Against Jericho and him. Jericho was
Yeah.
just talking about this on a pod I was watching where Triple H said, Triple H come from behind and hit him. And then he said, he barely tapped me, so I don't know what was going on. He goes, I think I'm hurt. And they were supposed to do a spot on the table, and he goes, we're going to do the spot.
yeah,
And so he puts him in the walls of Jericho on the table, and, I mean, torn quad and everything,
yeah,
and he
off
finished
the
the
bone.
match.
Yeah,
Finished
it's
the
like
match.
peeled back like a fruit roll up.
But
But yeah, that pop though when he came back and just
No, it was definitely an epic pop. Another big one. They got a big pop. 2008 Royal Rumble Cena.
Yeah.
oh,
Completely
huge.
unexpected.
Against Triple H when
Yeah.
Triple H in the ring.
I think Triple H knew, like, oh, maybe I'm not going to get another title reign out of this. Here comes Cena back.
But Cena wasn't gone that long either because 07
No,
when he was
made
going with Umaga.
He made a quick.
He recovered
turnaround.
quick.
Yeah, because he fought Umaga
Tore
like
his tricep.
Yeah, tore the
07.
tricep. Yeah,
I remember that.
He got on Raw and he told everyone I tore my, and you could see his quad.
Yeah.
I mean, his tricep was torn, and he said he's going to take some time off. And he came back at Royal Rumble. I mean, and
It was like it was unheard of. Like
yeah,
a
like less than 6
superhero.
months, I think. And he popped. He's like, what was he, number 30 when he
Yeah,
came in?
Came in at number
Yeah.
30. A huge pop.
Yeah.
Huge pop.
Royal Rumble's always a good time to
Yeah.
bring people back for returns and debuts and stuff.
Well, speaking of, like, looking at this list we've got here in front of us, my favorite, and it was just the emotion that was attached to it, was 2020 when Edge returned.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never in my life I thought Edge was done.
Yeah, everybody did.
And he showed up, and just the emotion on his face, because he was, you could tell, like, when you've been gone for a long time, you worry if people will
Still
react the same.
yeah.
That place went absolutely nuts when he came out there.
How long was he gone for?
10 years?
10 years. Yeah,
10,
had
12
me-
Oh, because
Yeah,
11's
he
when
was-
he
he was injured.
because he won the Rumble, or he fought Who did he fight as his last Mania match? Was it Taker or was it Batista?
No, was it Sheamus or his last match was Jericho? Was it? It was Jericho
Before he
wasn't it?
left?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it was about 10 years. And then he and what made him leave and go to AEW?
His
for?
neck.
well,
His contract ran out.
Yeah, contract.
Nothing
ran out.
for him, and
Because he was the original starter of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
He was the original leader of the Judgment Day.
yeah. And I mean, really, at this point, like,
What else can he do?
what can you do? And
Now he's having like crippling matches over in AEW. He's doing.
he broke his leg, didn't he?
yeah, he
Jumped
just
off the
broke
top
his,
of the
jumping
dude.
off the top of a cage. He breaks his leg. And
And
so
he
he's
doesn't have
Still,
to do
why?
You don't have to do that anymore.
Why are they still doing them kind of matches, bro? He's like he's our age, ain't he?
yeah,
Or
older.
Older.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's our age, but in his body's probably 50, 60 years old. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Shout out to
Insane.
Edge. What else you got, Chance?
Another WrestleMania return. The Hardy Boys, WrestleMania 33.
That was I think a Slider Mania or Lasagna Mania. at my house.
Lasagna Mania.
Mania.
Dude, we need to make that happen.
Oh, yeah, we need to have.
Lasagna Mania needs to reoccur.
But both of us popped huge when. 'cause
Yeah.
That was.
I wasn't
I
expecting
popped
it.
the most for the lasagna. But the Hardy Boys was a close second.
Hold
for
on,
sure.
that's the second time you popped hard for lasagna. Because I remember the first time you ever popped hard for lasagna was on my wedding day.
nice.
And everything, my whole family, everything. You know who the first person in line to get lasagna is? This guy over here. He pushed my grandma and stuff out of the way.
I didn't push anybody.
He
out of the
put
way.
her through the
I
table.
saw Tony in line, and I was okay to go up in line. That's the only reason I went up there because I saw Tony in them. And I
Should
got
have had a DJ released by table numbers, man. Like,
and then when I started eating the lasagna, I yelled out, "Who made this?"
Garfield.
Yeah, it was greatness.
I love that.
Oh, but yeah, that was a huge a huge pop for
made
me when especially because you thought it was the New Day was going to insert themselves into the match, and then friggin' you got Mr. Delete, Matt Hardy, and
Yep.
it was just great.
Supposedly they're on their way back.
Yeah,
Well-
I was thinking they were going to show up at SummerSlam
Yeah.
somehow.
Jeff's in TNA right now.
No, they're
correct?
done.
Nope.
Well, there's that agreement with
Yeah.
WWE and TNA, but I don't think they're contractually obligated to. Any.
Okay, but I think Matt's working with GCW with Matt Cardona and everything.
Yeah.
They got a match coming up, I believe.
Well, I think they keep talking about possibly going to NXT and making some things happen there, which would be great for them to end. on a high note.
they're more of this cross promotion stuff is going to happen with TNA and NXT.
They've held everything. I
Yeah.
mean, they've held every title under the sun, except that they didn't hold the AEW tag titles, did they?
I don't think
think
so.
they got that shot.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, go back, win the NXT titles, put a couple tag teams over, and then call it a career.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys made plenty of money.
Facts.
I'll go with two of them right here, right within the same vicinity of each other. In 2000, in April, you had Stone Cold make his return at Backlash to save The Rock from Triple H and the corporation and all that. And then you had the debut of the American Badass Undertaker
Nice.
the very next month at Judgment Day
Yep.
to come help The Rock again.
Was
From-
this four-wheeler Stone Cold? Did he come out on the four-wheeler?
I can't remember or not if he did or
I
not.
love that era of Stone Cold where he comes out on the four-wheeler.
Yeah, but dude, when Taker made the American Badass, the American Badass version coming down on the motorcycle.
Yeah, Big Evil. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
I love that that's what he's gonna do if he shows up and makes an appearance. Like, that's the best. That's a good version of Taker at this point in his
Oh, yeah,
career.
it's so much.
It reinvented
more,
him.
Yeah.
It gave
I
him a
mean,
new life.
He's not a dead man walking around. I mean,
Yeah.
It's so insane that they were able to get away with that gimmick
For as long as they did.
Yeah,
It's like
and bring it back.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you guys were talking about WrestleMania. One of my favorite returns in WrestleMania, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember watching WrestleMania, and I remember it was Papa Shango and Hulk Hogan. And Sid Vicious was in the ring with him, too, and the Ultimate Warrior returned.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I thought that was the coolest thing ever because it was like, wow, this is really happening. Like, he's really back because he was gone and disappeared. And he came back, and that's when everyone said it wasn't the same Warrior. The original Warrior had died. This was a new guy. He had the airbrushed muscles singlet like type thing. But that was one of my favorite returns because I was a Warrior fan.
what year was that? I'm trying to remember.
The 90s.
To make WWE or WCW?
It was, no, WWE. It was,
WrestleMania 8.
It was Hogan and Sid.
Yeah, I think that
Oh,
was
so
90,
yeah, WrestleMania,
92.
yeah.
Because he was gone for how long was he gone? Because he won it in Mania 6, which was
A couple
90.
years after that.
And he didn't last long after that, and then
He lost to Slaughter, and then he was gone right after that
That's
Survivor
right, so
Series
that-
match.
And
Yeah,
wasn't,
so it was
wasn't the WrestleMania 12 against Hunter Hearst Helmsley. That
came
was
in
a
96,
return
yeah,
also.
Yeah, that was 96. So he disappeared again shortly after that.
He never stuck around long.
That's who he
No,
was
he
then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most of them I think are on like 3-year contracts, but he was there like a year and a half maybe, and he was gone again, and then he came back and the Hunter Hearst Helmsley thing. He came back, and this is what I hated about WWE back then is they would heavily promote the return. Now I like getting a shocking return.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Out of nowhere. I like that better.
Yeah. 2001 is a good one. You got Flair.
Yep.
debuting
Yep.
on Raw.
That's when he
returning
came. Yeah.
to WWE.
But and that's when he came, is that when he came in as the part owner or
yeah,
GM?
part owner, yeah.
because that's when he like shocked Vince.
Vince was in the ring,
Yeah.
yeah.
and Flair did the whole.
We're partners.
Yeah.
God bless.
Because I think Flair came in and he wasn't even I think he wasn't supposed to wrestle at all. He was going to
Yeah,
come
he
in and do
wrestled 30
something
years later.
different.
Yeah.
yeah.
Then he
He's
ca-
still
then-
wrestling. I think he's got a match next week. So.
Jesus Christ!
serious?
Should've
Are you
left
serious,
it
Clark?
Alone in WrestleMania 24.
Yeah, because him and
My
Sting,
favorite of all time, Flair. But please, Bubba, you should have stopped.
him and
in
Sting had a
2008.
terrible match in TNA. It
He
was
had
awful.
every match after the Shawn Michaels one wasn't good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible.
He carried him.
No matter where it was, it just and I get it, but that was the perfect way to end your career, bro.
And that
In
Monday
ring.
night, and that Monday Night Raw was amazing after
Absolutely,
that.
yeah,
match.
dude,
absolutely.
that was-
The only
when
positive,
the Undertaker is bowing to you, and
Yes.
everything, that's a good way to just walk off.
the
into
only
the
positive
sunset.
that came from his time in TNA was the woo off with Jay Lethal.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal, shout out Jay Lethal.
Well, what,
Hang
go
on.
ahead, no, go ahead.
Anytime the highlight moment is a woo off with Jay Lethal, and
That's
you,
what
you're
time to hang it
responsible
up.
for some of the biggest moments in wrestling history.
It's time to hang it
Well,
up.
and if you look at that segment in the ring, though, they had like the new Fortune, right? And Desmond Wolfe, Nigel McGuinness, was supposed to be the Flair version of that, while AJ Styles is sitting in the ring. He was the Barry Windham of the group. Like what?
Yeah.
Shout out TNA.
That's your guy right there.
What, was James Storm part of that?
He was.
faction
Beer
still?
Money was there. They were still Beer Money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got one last one right here. I've got The Rock making his return in 2011 on Raw.
Was that for the
Cena for the first match back against Cena?
Oh.
Setting up that whole
Year
WrestleMania.
build because they fought
Yeah.
in 2012 Mania. And
Yeah.
WrestleMania 28. Is that right? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because 27 was 2011. That's when he was like a guest or something. It was
Yeah.
in Atlanta, I think.
Yeah, see, that was to
2011.
me was like a big return because Rock. I didn't think Rock was ever going to show back up at WWE at that point. He did the 03 where he was movie star Rock, which he did the in-ring guitar thing, and then I was like, he's never going to wrestle again. And then boom, he comes back as the guest host. And then the next day on Raw after that Mania, they do the year-long build-up for the match
Yep.
with Cena. So
And then 13 years later, he's wrestling at WrestleMania 2024.
isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Isn't that
It's
wild?
insane and looking better than ever.
Oh, it's nuts.
They did.
That's got to be enhanced.
I got,
you got another?
yeah, I got one more.
1000%.
It's one of the more recent ones. Bo Dallas coming back as Uncle Howdy.
Yeah,
Uncle Howdy.
great. I think that this whole build-up, I've been a big fan of it. I
Yeah.
know you've been a little some segments that
Oh,
you've liked
yeah.
more than other.
I like the build up. I just didn't like the delivery as much.
Yeah,
So
I was
far.
really hoping. I don't understand why they didn't have anything within SummerSlam with him.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of disappointed in that, but no, I agree wholeheartedly. It's all the returns on that one. You got
Dexter
Eric
Lin-
Rowan.
Yep. Oh,
Somebody took a
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy
just
is-
checks out.
Jimmy
every
Hart took a
time.
bump.
Jimmy said.
Dude,
Jimmy
he
said.
took a. I mean, he sold it, so he fell, and then he just kind of.
Jimmy said it's hot as a motherfucker in here.
It is, bro.
We are roasting like stuck pigs in here to this episode,
Yep.
boys.
Dude.
You know who? Another person who typically has a good following in a fan base that had a terrible return at WrestleMania was Shane McMahon, and where he blew
Yeah.
out his quads
Oh,
in the
gosh.
segment with the Miz. And if it wasn't for Snoop Dogg, that
And
that
The Miz
whole
saving the
segment
day.
would have been terrible.
The Miz saves the day once
But
again.
he normally, when Shane shows up, it's usually a big deal. But that
Mhm.
one just didn't cut it, man. It didn't cut it.
No, he pulled a Vince right there and blew
Yeah,
the
he did.
quads out trying to get in the ring.
Blew him on out. Dude.
Bye bye.
Blew him out.
You got any more?
I was trying to think off the top of my head that we didn't have any wrote down, but I think we covered pretty much.
Oh, the big ones.
Yeah, we can always come with a little bit more research. We can always come back to this episode.
And if we think of any after this one, we can always talk about it at the top of next week's episode.
bingo.
Like we did with with what
You know,
Chance was doing.
one debut we missed that we didn't talk about. I don't think was Flair's debut in WWE. We didn't talk about that at all with the big gold belt and all that stuff.
Yep, that was a good
Oh,
one
I don't
too.
think we even mentioned that.
No, that's
That was another one of
We let
those
that
you
slip
thought
by.
you never see.
That was a
Whose fault is
huge
that?
one. Yeah,
It's mine. It's my fault.
it. Ain't my fault.
Did I do that? So we've done 75 episodes, guys.
Yeah,
that's wild.
inching closer to 1,000 subscribers.
And yeah, for sure. I'm not sure which ones we have coming down the pipeline. I know that they'll be similar to what like ones that we've shot before, but we this one may be a little shorter than normal, but this is still, I think this still is a really dope episode.
Oh yeah, it's a great episode.
And then we appreciate everybody tuning in with us.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't think we say it enough.
no, not at all. And our schedules are busy, so we try to batch record. But I appreciate everybody understanding. I appreciate everybody supporting.
Yeah, we appreciate it big time. Everything from sharing our stuff around to giving us a like to commenting, all that stuff. We appreciate it big time.
I think it's great
Yeah.
considering you've added to the team. I'm recurring on here quite a bit. Brandon's come in the mix like he belongs 100%. And with juggling 5 people's schedules, you guys have been able to maintain a weekly schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
through
been
this whole
consistent.
thing. It's crazy.
That's been the biggest thing is getting that. Even though it's just one episode a week, just staying consistent with it. We haven't missed a Thursday.
That's awesome.
We're steady with the clips and all that stuff. We got always some kind of content going on for you.
Absolutely.
No, for
So,
sure, man.
That's
We
awesome.
appreciate each and every one of y'all. But it's a hot motherfucker in here.
It is, dude. I cannot wait to return to the AC in the truck.
Yeah. So on that note, we are out this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. My chance, Georgia team hating on me, Gene. BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the vids, it's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen.